Welcome to Happy Hour. Today I'll be making several drinks to help celebrate our nation's birthday. With all of the 4th of July festivities coming up, there's no better way to say Happy Birthday, America, than with these super easy cocktails. The reds, white, and blues are sure to impress everyone at your barbecue while bringing out your patriotic side. For our red drink and our red, white, and blue themed cocktails today, we're going to be making a Yankee Doodle Dandy. This is fun because it's kind of like a modern twist on the classic Shirley Temple. We're going to be using grenadine, any kind of lemon lime soda or club soda that you prefer, and then of course whichever your vodka of choice is. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting ice in our shaker as usual, and we're going to do 1 ounce of vodka right into that. You can also make it a little stronger, but with the soda, usually 1 ounce, it tapers off pretty well. So there we go, right into the shaker. And then we're going to put 2 ounces of our club soda or a lemon lime soda into our shaker. Now you just want to be careful. You don't want to overshake this cocktail. It'll mix really well on its own. Plus you don't want to lose the carbonation from the soda, which gives it that nice effervescence to it. And lastly, we're not going to be measuring this out. This is kind of a personal choice, but we're going to do a splash of grenadine to give it that nice red color and also a little bit of sweetness. Now, depending on how strong you like the flavor of grenadine and that cherry flavor, you can always add a little more. So what we're going to do is put it nice right here in our shaker. And again, you just want to make sure it's incorporated. You don't want to overshake it and lose all that carbonation. Then you're just going to put it into your highball or whatever glass you like filled with ice, and it just goes right in. And it already has that look of a classic Shirley Temple, but it has a little more of a modern twist on it. And for our garnish for this, since it is the 4th of July, what I like to do is just put some blueberries right on top. That way, too, the blueberries also gets infused into the flavor if you happen to let it sit a little bit. Or if you're doing this for a 4th of July party or a barbecue or anything like that, what I like to do also for garnish is ahead of time, just on cocktail skewers or toothpicks, put whatever kind of fruit that complements it well, like these blueberries here. Just make them ahead of time, and that way when you're making drinks, you can either put it right in or on the side. Cherries is also a good way to go for this cocktail. So it gives it a nice look, but then again, you're not spending your whole time making drinks and garnishes for people. And there you go, and that's our Yankee Doodle Dandy. So for our blue drink and our red, white, and blue theme, what we're going to do is called a Stripes and Stars Sipper. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's really easy to make, and we're continuing with our vodka. That way we can make multiple drinks in a short amount of time, and you're not stuck making drinks for everyone at your own party or barbecue. This one's good again too because there's only 3 ingredients and the measurements are almost equal. So what you're going to start off with is 1.5 ounces of your vodka of choice. Again, we're just going with a regular vodka, no flavors here, but again, you can also introduce flavors into it. There you go. Into our shaker filled with ice. And then we're going to put the same amount, 1.5 ounces of our blue curacao, which is fun to say, which is going to give it that nice blue flavor, but also add a little bit of sweetness to it too. And you can see right now, this is why this is a fun liquid, a liqueur to work with during this holiday, because it adds a lot of brightness with just a little bit. So what you're going to do is just put these 2 in and shake in your strainer. Give it a nice good mix. Strain into a glass with ice. And again, you can always make this in bigger batches. You can always alter the recipe to match whatever good for your needs. And then you're going to just top the rest of the glass off with a lemonade. I'm using a pre-made lemonade. You can also make your own or add a little more lemon juice to make it a little more tart instead of sweet. But this will cut through all the sweetness as well of the blue Ceraco. And again, I've added garnish here, a little bit of blueberry and a lemon, just again, in case you want to put some lemon juice in there to add it up. And there you go. And there is our Stars and Stripes Sipper. Now this drink is called Uncle Sam's Beard, making it our white cocktail of our red, white, and blue theme. This is a traditional martini. It's basically a take on a white cosmopolitan martini. So it's a little more classy for your backyard barbecue, I'd say, but it's still a really nice summertime drink to have for the 4th of July. So after putting some ice in your shaker, what we're going to do is we're going to take half an ounce of an orange liqueur. I'm using triple sec because I usually have it around and it's a little bit sweeter for this cocktail, but you can use any kind that you'd like. And like I said, half an ounce going right into our shaker. After that, you're going to also put in half an ounce of lime juice. Now, I'm using a shortcut here, which is usually a no-no, but it does save time, especially if you're entertaining a lot of people at your barbecue or your 4th of July party. Usually what I try to do is do the juices or squeeze the limes ahead of time, but again, if you don't have time or you don't want to do that, you can always do the shortcut. Again, that goes right into our shaker. And then for the vodka, any type of vodka you like, we're going to use 1 ounce or 2 ounces, depending on if you like a stronger martini or not. And because this is a party, we're going to go with 2. It is a celebration after all. So there goes the 2 ounces right into our shaker. And last but not least is our white cranberry cocktail or white cranberry juice. And that's going to be 2 ounces. Again, it's going to add a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tartness, but it's also going to keep that nice white color that we're trying to achieve. There we go, right into the shaker. And again, I'm just using mine with the built-in strainer because, like I said, it makes it a lot easier if you're entertaining a lot of people. That way you don't have to keep constantly cleaning each piece separately. All right, and after that's well incorporated, you're just going to put it right into your martini glass. And it comes out in that nice white color, but it's going to be nice and sweet. And I've just added a little bit of nice little lime twist as my garnish, but again, it's fun. You can use whatever you want for your garnish. Have fun with it. Use blueberries, a cherry, anything you'd like to make it fun and festive. So for our big finale for our July 4th barbecue, we're going to do the All-American or the Happy Birthday America shooter. Basically, it's a layered shooter. So you want to make sure you take everything in one swig like you would a normal shot. But the challenge here is getting it so that the layers don't separate into each other before you actually take the shot. So if you're going to use this technique, it's really simple. You might just want to try it out a few times just to get the hang of it. You'll need a spoon. I use a larger spoon just to help facilitate it. You're going to need a larger shot glass, which helps a little bit to make sure everything goes in. And what you're going to want to do, depending on the type of shooter you're doing, is make sure that you can figure out what is the heaviest liquid that's going to be going into this. Now we're doing our red, white, and blue shooter. So our grenadine is going to be our first layer because being a syrup, it's a lot heavier than the other two. We're also going to use our blue curacao next because again it has that syrupy consistency and it's a little more sugary, so it'll float on top of the grenadine. And then the vodka as our white goes right on top to finish it out. So what you're going to want to do is, what I've done is it's all equal parts, and it might be a little challenging at first, so that's why I've already pre-measured everything just to make it easier, just so it can go one right after the other. So here we are, we put the grenadine into our shooter, and you're going to use the back of the spoon to pour the other two in. What you want to do is you want to make sure that it doesn't go in too fast and then it starts to mix and separate. So you'll get a purple shooter instead of a red, white, and blue. And that's fine. It still tastes great. We're going for that layered effect here. So you're going to just gently put it in like this. And like I said, I've already measured out 1 ounce. I'm using equal parts, 1 ounce, 1 ounce, and 1 ounce, just to make it easier for demonstrative purposes. And so what you're going to want to do is starting, it's a little hard in the shooter, but you want to just pour it over the back of the spoon so it'll go in and start to separate. And again, it might take a few times to get the amount right. As you can see, it starts to pour, but you just want to make sure it has that layered effect. And as long as you don't pour it too fast, you'll get that desired effect. It'll start to settle on top of the grenadine, so you get the layered effect. Now the next one will be the vodka, and it's a little harder to see because again the blue is so potent and it's so thick, it might start to blend into each other, but again you just want to layer the last one right on top. Again, if you spill, that's okay, it happens, it's not perfect. But again, you'll start to see when you step back, it'll gradually separate a little bit. And so we're getting that layered effect that we like. Now if this isn't enough for you, if you'd like to add a little something else, you can also use cream or a little bit of whipped cream on the top just to kind of balance the effect out a little bit, just for aesthetic purposes. It might be a little hot on the 4th of July to have cream in yours, but again, some people substitute the vodka for, whipped cream flavored vodka or cream itself. So again, you get that red, blue, and then the white effect on the top. And that is our big finale, and hopefully it'll impress some people. And those are today's drinks. Have a fun and safe 4th of July. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the fireworks.